Number 20. I'm about a laptop computer at a store that gave a 20% discount off its original price cut. So whatever the original price we call it, we'll just call it OG, original price. And we got, well, Alma got 20% off. So just think about it. If you guys go shopping, if the jacket costs like $100 and it's on 20% sale, how much is it now? Well, probably $80, right? Well, how'd you do it? Because you took $20, which is 20% off the 100, and then just subtracted, right? Or can I just say 20% gone? So out of the 100% you would normally have to pay, 20% is gone, so you only have to pay for 80%. So basically, into the original price, what we're gonna do is we'll multiply by 0.8. Why? Because once again, we're only paying for 80% of the original thanks to the 20% discount. Okay, now the total amount she paid to the cashier was P dollars. So this was P, okay? Including an 8% sales tax on the discounted price cut. First of all, this right here is our discounted price. So that's the discounted price, and what do we have to do? Gotta pay that dumbass sales tax. Yep, as you guys all know, man, if you want something from Walmart that's at $50, I don't know, $49.99 it says, can you walk out with the store with that product in your hands for $50? Hell no, because of the dumbass tax. So we need to pay for the tax, aka if I have to pay 8% sales tax, that's technically going back to the idea of normally it's 100% that I pay, but I gotta pay 8 extra percent, so 8% extra I need to pay, so that would be 108%. So what would I do? I will multiply this thing by 1.08. Why? Because I have to pay 8% more. Just like how the 20% off, I subtracted 0.2. Well, 8% sales tax, I'm going to add 0.08. I gotta pay more. So which of the following represents the original price? So we want to solve for the original price, which is right here, our OG, in terms of P. So basically what you do is just divide both sides by 1.08 and 0.8 on both sides. Wait, why? Because then cancels. So all you got is just OG is equal to P over 1.08 and 0.8, which is boom shaka this D. All right, moving on. Number 21. The data about the, don't read this garbage. Yo, there's a table. Don't read this. Group X consists of 100 people. X, 100 people. I still just get rid of this. Group Y consists of 100 people. Yeah, freaking I see this. Get rid of this. Okay, so here we go. What does it say? Well, let me kind of take away that. If a person is chosen at random, pay attention. If a person is chosen at random from those who recalled at least one dream. Stop. From those who recalled at least one dream. So can I pick from everybody? Hell no, man. At least one dream. So whoever I'm picking from, they better have had at least one dream that they can recall. So this none group, I can't freaking look at him. Just literally just like freaking scratch off that goddamn stupid shit on your paper. Just get it off so you don't look at it. So what's the total pool I can pick from? Well, that total right here, 1 to 4, and then that total right here, 5 or more. So together, 39 plus 125 together, 164 that I can pick from. So out of the 164, and if you guys take a look, don't even freaking look at the do the rest, because that's the only guy that has 164 on the bottom, right? So I'm like pretty almost damn sure it's probably C, but let's just double check just in case. So what is the probability that the person belonged to group Y? So we want the group Y people. Group Y, 11 and 68. Add them together. Indeed, 79. Boom, I knew it. So yeah, I mean, y'all got no guts like me, and you just want to double check to make sure. I mean, if I saw this 164 on the bottom and I see that only in choice C, guys like me, I'll just circle it and move on. Who the cares? It's okay. All right, here we go. Number 22 and 23. They kind of go together. The table of blah, 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 whatever. I don't give a shit. Which of the following best approximates the average rate of change? Once again, average is just freaking sum divided by number. In the annual budget in agriculture and natural resources in Kansas from 2008 to 2010. So, 2008, 2010. Excuse me. What do we want? Agriculture and natural resources. So, that's right there. Okay, so what was the change, average change? Well, I don't know, let's find the sum of the change first. That and that. You guys can use the actual number to kind of, just put it in calculator and find the difference. AKA, you can just do 488106 minus the 358708 in your calculator. For me, guys like me, man, I'm too lazy to do that shizzle. That one, let me just freaking change that into 360000. Who cares? I mean, it's close enough. That one, I'm just gonna change it to 490000. I'm just kind of rounding it. So, what's the change? Well, it's total change of 130000. Just subtract those two. Believe me, if you do that in your calculator, it's like not perfectly precise, but who cares? 130000 divided by how many years was that? 8, 1, 2. 2 years. So divide this thing by 2, and I guess 65000. Wait, where's my answer choice? Ah, man, enough is enough. 65000. Enough is enough. Some people might go, oh, but like, don't you need to make sure the extra zeros, where the hell they come from? I don't know, man. Maybe somewhere over here. You see that? The table above, this is blah, 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 in thousands of dollars. So maybe after I got this answer, I got to put extra thousand, and maybe that's where it came from. My point is, I don't give a garbage. 65,000. Enough is enough. Stop boring. Moving on. Number 23. Of the following, which program's ratio of its 2007 budget to 2010 budget is close to the human resource program ratio of 2007 to 2010 budget? Woo! Okay, so here we go. So, let's go to human resources. They said 07 to 010, so it's going to be this and this. So, that to that. Once again, just call that shizzle 4 million. Call that shizzle 6 million. I hope everybody knows how to count millions because y'all watch YouTube. So, it's like the human resource, the 07 to 010, it's like 4 to 6 ratio, aka reduce it 2 to 3 ratio. So basically, I just want 2 to 3 ratio for 07 to 010. I don't know, let's just take a look. That and that, doesn't really look obvious. That and that, well, let me just do it in different colors so you guys can see. That and that, doesn't look that obvious. How about red? That and that, oh yeah, that looks, I don't know, just call that a freaking 2 million, call that a 3 million. That seems 2 to 3 ratio. Education, it is. Right here, education. Alright, moving on. Number 24. Which of the following is an equation of a circle in the xy plane with center 0, 4 and radius of 4, 3rd, and 5? Alright, so, first of all, in order to do this number 24, you guys do need to memorize this one formula if you already don't have it, which is x minus a squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. This is a circle equation where h and k is the center of the circle and r is the radius. So y'all have to know this equation. So center is 0 and 4. So what do? 0 and 4. So 0 and 4. So it better be x squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to radius. I don't know yet, but just look at this chisel. That's good. What the hell is that? That's good. Nope, not this one. So I'm sorry. B and D are out. So between A and C, I'm going to need the radius. Let me just give you the idea. First of all, before you even actually try to solve for the radius, you notice how like freaking that right side is r square? Yo, man, look A and C. What looks like it just got square? Doesn't that look like it just got square? So if y'all had to guess a choice without really knowing how to find the radius precisely, man, just freaking guess A, please. And I think indeed the answer is A. I will solve it, but if you got no idea, just pick whatever looks like it just got square, and that's definitely A. So let's do this. I'll just give you an idea how to find a radius. So center is at 0, 4. So like, don't freaking just don't do that. 0, 4 is like somewhere over there. That's the center. And then end point 4, 3rd, and 5. So I don't know, like 4, 3rd, and 5. So somewhere right there. So the circle better look something like this. That's because that's an end point. So shouldn't that be the radius? Well, yeah. So in order to find that, I mean, you got the 2 different points. So I gotta use my distance for. No, please, man, don't use distance formula. That's just bullcrap. So just take a look. Well, if you think about it. Well, that over here, that's basically 4 3rd because that's how far I came. And then over here, that's 4 to 5, so that's just 1. So if I kind of zoom out the friggin' triangle right here, that's basically a triangle with 1 and a 4 3rd. And you're trying to look for this? Well, what is this? Pythagorean goddamn theorem. So 1 square plus 4/3 square is equal to this, which is a radius. So I'll call it r square. Normally we call it c square, but I just call it r square. So 1 plus 16/9 is equal to r square. So 9/9 plus 16/9 is equal to r square. So r square is equal to 25/9. Enough is enough because r square is 25/9, and that guy's it. So that's why A is the answer. All right, moving on. Number 25. Let me take away these. The equation above expresses approximate height, blah, blah, blah. H is the height. T is the seconds. Freaking screw the rest. Who the cares? Well, I don't care. If we allow 25 meters per second, but I see that over there. So the freaking just get rid of all of it. Here we go. So, after approximately how many seconds will the ball what? Hit the ground. The ball hits the ground. So the ball is like, whoa. The freaking goes up and then boom, and then on the ground, and ball hits the ground, right? Just think about it. If the freaking ball is on the ground, what the hell's the height? 0, because ball is on the ground. What the is the height? It's not up there. The height is 0. AKA, what do? Just put in 0 for the height. So that basically looks like 0 is equal to negative, man, 4.9. Fuck it, just call it 5. Who cares? 25t. So go ahead and add 5t squared on both sides. So that will give you 5t squared is equal to 25t. Go ahead and divide it by 5t on both sides. So t is equal to just 5. Boom. Yo, 4.9, who cares? Just call it 5. It's cool. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Number 26. Take this off. Katarina is a botanist studying the production of pears by 2 types of pear trees. Who the hell cares? She noticed that the type A trees produce 20% more. Cut. That means 120%. Pears than type B trees did. Cut. So, I don't know, man. Just been freaking A and then freaking B trees and shitty trees. Who cares? So, I can say if this is 100%, this must be 120%. Based on the Katarina's observation, if type A trees produce 144 pairs, this is 144 pairs. Cut. How many pairs did the type B trees produce? What is this? Yo, just look. 120% is 144. The 100% must be what? I hope everybody has at least done this before. You guys call it ratio, proportion, whatever the hell you want to do. I have it nicely set up as is. Just freaking draw a little fraction and just set them equal. This box, just call it X. So, cross multiply 120. You can just literally punch in 120 in your calculator, or since it's percentage, you can just say 1.2. Doesn't really matter. So, 1.2x cross multiply is equal to just 1 times 144, 144. So, just go ahead and divide by 1.2 on both sides. And x is equal to 120. Boom. Like I said, if you guys just didn't remember that and you just want to do, like, don't want to think about anything, just be like 120x is equal to 144 times 100 and just divide by 120 on both sides like this. It still works. You're going to get the same answer either way. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. All right, number 27. I know I'm going to need some room for this, so let me take away the top one. Let me get rid of this. All right, here we go. A square field measures 10 meters by 10 meters. Cut. So stop reading. Mark something. Square 10 meters by 10 meters. Okay. Let's erase a little more. All right. 10 students each mark off a randomly selected region of the field. Cool story, bro. I don't need that. Each region is a square and has side lengths of 1 meter. Hold on. Wait. This thing is 10 meter by 10 meter, but they're telling me there are squares that are 1 meter in the side lengths. So maybe gotta cut like this. Friggin', I don't actually do it precise, but probably like 10 columns this way and 10 rows this way, something like that, right? So it's basically 10 by 10. That's probably what's going on. So that's why that's 1 meter by 1 meter for each of that square. All right, and no 2 units overlap. The students count the earthworms contained in the soil to a depth of 5 centimeters beneath the ground surface. Wow, yeah, man. Well, yeah, whatever. The results are, the table right there. Okay, cool. So, which of the following is a reasonable approximation of the number of earthworms to a depth of 5 centimeters beneath the ground surface? Okay, so what's the number of earthworms in the entire field? Well, let's take a look. These are like sample regions. They're like 10 different sample regions. 107, 147, 146, and blah, 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 all the different numbers. But looking at the answer choices, I kind of just want to say each region probably has about 150. Wait, out of all the numbers I could have said, 120, 130, I don't know, 140, 2, but why 150? I don't know, because that's the numbers I see right here. So I'm just going to say about 150 per region. But how many regions do I have? It's 10 by 10, so there's 100 regions. So 100 regions, and then there's 150 each, multiply, and that's 15,000. 1 5 1 2 3 zeros, 15,000. All right, number 28. If the system of inequalities that is graphed in the upside plane above, which quadrant contains no solution? This is how you guys do it. So I'm gonna graph this with red, and I'm gonna graph this with blue. So it's inequality. Draw it like it's just linear equation. What I mean is just draw this one, what you guys always know. So start at 1, kind of like right there. Slope is 2, so kind of steep, so something like that. Yeah, so just draw the linear equation. We all know how to do it. But the only difference that you guys have to remember is this part right here. You see how y is greater. So there's one step you need to do, that extra step, which is since y is greater, we are going to color the top of the graph like this. So when you guys color it, you can color however you want, but I highly recommend drawing somewhat kind of like tilted perpendicular almost lines about your actual line, because you'll see in a second. Now, and then I'm going to do the blue one. So start at -1, just like linear equation, and then slope is kind of flat positive, so something like that shizzle. And then once again, y is, well, this time the y is greater. Oh, it was greater before too. So y is greater, so color the top of the regions. Once again, kind of tilted perpendicular in a way, sort of, kind of. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, like, you know, technically, that's like less than, well, greater than or equal to, so that's going to be a solid line. And then this one, there's no equal to, so it better be a dotted line. Now, I know, but SAT doesn't really go that far in depth, so who cares? Don't do it. Don't worry about it. It's cool. If you guys just draw like this, it's okay. So, what the hell do they mean by freaking solution? So, what do they mean by solution? Let me just tell you, the solution is basically an area at which both of them overlap. And if you guys look, basically the overlapping region starts from like right here and then right here. So all that region, can everybody see that? All right, so which quadrant contains no solution? So which part of all these quadrants, 4 quadrants, doesn't have that overlapping region? Starting with quadrant 1. Yeah, it's got a little bit, like right there. That's in quadrant 1. Quadrant 2. Yeah, freaking all of these. Look at that. From there to like all that. Quadrant 2 is like all solution. Quadrant 3. Yeah, like right there and like right there. Yeah, that's all solution. But quadrant 4, hell no, it's got none. Sad ass stuff. So quadrant 4, it's got none. Alright, number 29. For a polynomial p of x, the value of p of 3 is -2, aka when x is equal to 3, then y is equal to -2. Which of the following must be true about p of x? Well, here's the thing. If you guys think about it, let's just think back to that example we always talk about. Like x squared minus 4x plus 3. This is like a typical, like y is equal to. This is like a typical quadratic equation we always do. What do? We kind of factor and then x minus 3 and x minus 1 when we say x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 1. What? When y is 0. That's why these guys are called 3 different names. X-intercept or roots or zeros. That's why they're called zeros. By the way, they all mean the same shit. They're all the same. It's just the same term named in 3 different ways. God knows why, but it's just all the same thing. So, they're called zeros because it makes the freaking y 0. So, the fact that x is equal to 3 is a solution should already let me know that x minus 3 is a factor. And the fact that x is equal to 1 is a solution, aka a 0, should indicate that x minus 1 is a factor. So, check this out. Look at A. They say x minus 5 is a factor of p of x. If you want to say that, x is equal to 5 should be your 0. But does the question tell you anything about that? Hell no. So A, you cannot say it. It says must be true. I don't know if A has to be true. Same thing, choice B. If you want to prove x minus 2 is a factor, you should prove x is equal to 2, 0, 0. Does this question say anything about that? No, I only know something about x being 3. So goodbye. Same thing, if you want to prove this is a factor, x is equal to negative 2 must be your 0. Do I know anything about that? You might go, oh yeah, I think I saw negative 2. But no, y is negative 2, not x. The question doesn't tell you goddamn a thing about what would happen if x is equal to negative 2. Out. But if you take a look at D, check this out. The remainder when p of x is divided by x minus 3 is negative 2. First of all, don't try to understand everything, but take a look. The fact that x is equal to 3 and y is equal to negative 2, so x is equal to negative 3 is not a 0, which means x minus 3 is not a factor. So what can I say? Well, if you try to divide this p of x by x minus 3, knowing that it is not a factor, that means it better not divide nicely. And what does not dividing nicely mean? It means it's going to have a remainder. That's good enough to just circle the question and just move on. Enough is enough. That's all you guys have to understand. Like, oh, like what's going to be the... Just don't do it. Here we go, number 30. Which of the following is an equivalent form of blah, 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 from which the coordinates of the vertex can be identified? That's really all you have to read. And by the way, let me tell you, vertex form of parabola, which equation looks like y is equal to a times x equal to a times x minus a squared plus k. Let me talk about all of these. A stands for the amplitude. Amplitude, if nobody knows what that is, it's kind of like the slope of parabola. So like higher a value would look very steep like this, and like lower a value look flat like this. So something like that. And then x and the h and k in the circle equation before, it was a center. This time this is the vertex. Basically, if you guys knew what this question was asking, they just want a vertex form, aka what looks like a vertex form. That hell no doesn't look like that. Out. That A and B are what we call the x-intercept form because it shows you where the x-intercept is. C, it kind of almost looks like this, but remember, A is just a number. It's the slope of parabola, so it should be a number, not a freaking variable like that. Get out of here. That definitely looks like this. And some people might go, oh, but like, it doesn't have the A. Well, it does. Technically, it's probably 1. That's probably why you don't see it. But that's basically what it is. And just to double check, triple check, 1 and 6, negative 16, because h and k, like I said, h and k is your vertex. 1 and negative 16 better be the vertex, and that hell definitely looks like 1 and negative 16. Moving on, number 31. White can husk at least 12 dozen ears of corn per hour, and at most 18 dozen ears of corn per hour. Cut. So 12 per hour, 18 per hour. Based on the information, what is a possible amount of time in hours that it could take White to husk 72 dozen ears of corn? So I'm just gonna say corn. So 12 corn per hour, 18 corn per hour. So 72 dozen ears of corn. So 72 corn. Well, if you guys know how to work the units, I want to figure out the time. So what I want as a unit at the end of the day is the hour, not the corn. So I'm going to flip this guy. 12 corn over hour. Why the hell did I do that? Because only then I can multiply, so the corns will cancel. So if you guys do that, that just leaves you nice 6 hour. Do the same thing here. So 72 corn. Once again, flip this shizzle, because then you can cancel the corn. So multiply, cancel the corn, and that will give you a 4. So anything in between 4 hour and 6 hour could be your answer. It really doesn't matter. So just, I don't know, put 4 or 5 or 6. Dude, like I've met some students in the past who would literally just put down like 5.72 hours. I don't know why the f you would do that. Just put a nice number, man. Don't try to be rebellious for no reason. Number 32. The posted weight limit for a covered wooden bridge in Pennsylvania is 6,000 pounds. Cut. Limit 6,000 pounds. A delivery truck carrying X identical boxes, each weighing 14 pounds, will pass over the bridge. Cut. Don't draw this, please. Please do not draw it. I'm drawing it just to kind of give you guys an idea of what the hell is going on. So I don't know, just some shitty ass shark right here. And then it's carrying all these boxes that are 14 pounds each. So like, you know, the 14 and the other 14 and 14 and on and on and on and on and on. Now, if the combined weight of the empty delivery truck and the driver is 4,500 pounds, cut. So that little truck, and then the guy inside driving, so them together is 4,500 pounds. What is the maximum value for X that will keep the combined weight of the truck, driver, and boxes below the bridge's posted weight limit? So aka the guy in the truck, which is 4,500, plus all these little boxes, 14, weighing 14 pounds each, but X of them together better not exceed 6,000. So if you figure that out, now it's really easy. Just subtract 4,500 on both sides, and boom, I got 14x is less than 1,500. Go ahead and divide by 14 on both sides. I ain't dividing by negatives or nothing, so don't worry about having to flip the signs. So 1,500 divided by 14, please use your calculator. X is less than 107.1428571 I got. So it's got to be less. So 107 it is. All right, moving on. Number 33. According to Line Graph, the number of portable media players sold in 2008 cut. 2008 is 100. Is what fraction of the number sold in 2011? That is 160. So 100 over 160. Dunzo. Well, simplify. Cancel the zeros. Cancel by 2s. So 5 over 8 it is. Moving on, number 34. A local television station sells time slots for programs in 30-minute intervals. Cut. So everything is in 30-minute intervals. Who the hell watch that? How can you even finish in 30 minutes? If the station operates 24 hours per day, every day of the week, what is the total number of 30-minute slots the station can sell for Tuesday and Wednesday? Guys, just think about it. Tuesdays is 24 hours. So this is 24 hours and this is 24 hours. So if you guys think about it, it's a 30-minute interval, which means 1 hour we can sell 2 slots. So 24 hours, we can do 48 slots. Just multiply by 2. Same thing over here, 48 slots. So together for Tuesday and Wednesday, 48, you can sell a total of 96 different slots. 35. A dairy farmer uses a storage silo that is in the shape of... Wow, don't read this. There's a shape up there. I know how to look at it. Don't read the first sentence. If the volume of the silo is 72 cubic yards, what is the diameter of the base of the cylinders? Guys, first of all, this is asking for the volume. Volume of the cylinder is 72 pi cubic yards. Cut. Volume of a right circular cylinder... You better know it, I hope. But even if you don't know, even if you kind of forgot, you're just blacking out, yo, here's the good news. Flip all the way to the very beginning of the page, and I swear to God, they will literally give you anything you need. And if you look, it's right there. That's what we want. Volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. I hope everybody already knows, but in case you forgot, it's always going to be in the front of the packet given. So pi r square h. And apparently that shizzle is equal to 72 pi, as they tell me over here. So first thing first, let's plug in everything we know. Well, height we know it's 8, so we can just put that 8 right there. Freaking cancel the freaking pies. So, divided by 8 on both sides. Boom, 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 boom. R squared is equal to 9. So, square root both sides. R is equal to 3. Hell no, dude, not 3. Square root of 9 is not 3. When you square root both sides, plus or minus 3. But we talking radius, so it should really just be 3. But anyway, so this is 3. So, what is the diameter? So 3, right? Oh, hell no, man. That's your radius. What is a freaking diameter? That's 3 right there. So diameter is 6, not 3. Please do not jump too fast and just say 3. Don't do it. Number 36. For what value of x is the function h undefined? When do we get anything undefined? Only under 2 different circumstances. When you have a negative inside a radical, any sort of root, like a square root, cubic root, whatever, or something over 0. So in this case, we're looking at a fraction. Basically, when the bottom will become 0, this is going to be undefined. So that's the whole point. You want to grab that shizzle and set them equal to 0. I will show you the newbie way first, and then I'll show you kind of my own way. So set this equal to 0, the newbie way. Let's FOIL it all. So x squared minus 10x plus 25 for this one. Distribute plus 4x minus 20 plus 4 is equal to 0. Let's combine all the like terms. X squared just x squared. Negative 10x plus 4x, that's going to be minus 6x. And then 25 minus 20, 5 plus 4, 9. So plus 9 is equal to 0. Let's go ahead and factor it. It's going to be x minus 3, x minus 3. So x is equal to 3. So you can do it like that. Now, let me show you how I did this. I mean, it's almost like the same thing, except I don't FOIL that shizzle. I'll show you why. Because take a look at it. Did you guys ever get suspicious about that x minus 5? Because look, that x minus 5 right here. Let me just do it in blue. X minus 5 and x minus 5 is kind of like right there. So if I just say x minus 5 is equal to smiley face, just call this a smiley face, then isn't that just smiley face square plus 4 smiley face plus 4? And we're basically trying to set this equal to 0 like this. Well, yeah, then try factoring as is like this right now. So what I mean is, well, that would just be smiley face plus 2 and smiley face plus 2. It's kind of like, if this is like not making any sense to you, this is how I'm looking at it. Just call this y, because then that'll be y squared plus 4y plus 4. So I'm just kind of factoring this as y plus 2, y plus 2. I'm just using the smiley face, just kind of make it kind of stupid and funny, but whatever. So I'm factoring it using this smiley face, and then now once I'm here, well, go ahead and replace that freaking smiley face back with the x minus 5. So what I mean is, put the x minus 5 back in, something like this. And if you guys look, well, what do we got? We got x minus 3 before, right? Well, check this out. When you work this out, well, x minus 3, x minus 3. So x is 3. Same thing, whichever way. It's just a little shortcut. If you can see it next time, good for you. If you don't see it, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, if you know the trick, it's cool. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. It's cool. 3738. Jessica opened a bank account that earns 2% interest compound annually. What a joke. Her initial deposit was $100, and she uses expression this to find the value of the account after T years. Okay, so here we go. She earns 2%, meaning 100% on top of that 2%, so that's 102%. So what should I be doing? To her initial deposit, 100, I should be multiplying by 1.02, 1.02, 1.02. Keep doing it for the first year, second year, third year, and on and on and on and on. So, first of all, what is the value of x? Well, that's probably this guy. What I should be multiplying by 1.02. 2% goes up, 102%. Y'all gotta multiply by 1.02. Just like that other Alma about a laptop computer problem. Okay, number 38. Jessica's friend Tyshawn found an account that earns 2.5% interest compounded annually. So Tyshawn's got 2.5%. So that would be 1.025 for Tyshawn. Okay, so Tyshawn made an initial deposit of $100 into the account at the same time Jessica made that deposit. After 10 years, so T is 10, how much more money Tyshawn's initial deposit have earned than Jessica's initial deposits? Really easy stuff. Let's go Jessica first. Jessica's basically what? Start with 100, multiply by 1.02. How many times? 10 times. Why? Because it's 10 years. Same thing. Tyshawn, which is going to be 100, same thing, 100 deposit, and 1.025 for the 2.5%. Multiply this thing by 10. Well, I mean, to the power of 10. So, just do this in calculator, please. 100 times 1.02 to the 10 power. I got 121.899442. My another tip for problems like this is please do not round until the freaking very end, because if you start rounding too quick, you might mess up a couple decimals. It doesn't like happen very often. Possibly could happen though, so just wait until at last. So Taishan's is gonna be 100 times with 1.025 to the power of 10, and I got 128.00845544. So go ahead and find the difference of the two. It really doesn't matter which one you subtract from which, because you know it's just big minus small, but like the calculator will do the same work. So just subtract the two, and the difference will be 6.10901242. If you kept all the decimals on your calculator like I did, well, now go ahead and take a look. Round your answer to the nearest cent. So go ahead and round this to 6.11. There it is. So that was practice test number 1, and I will see you guys on practice test number 2.